My name is Jill Gilbert, and I'm the producer of the Beauty Tech Summit, and I work with Living in Digital Times. So this session, there has been an incredible amount of updates to old products, but more importantly, in this area of beauty tech, we are starting to see things that you can do in your home that dermatologists used to only do. People used to go to hair club for men by themselves and not have to do, not be able to have any control. So to me, the way I look at in-home beauty tech is what is going to empower me at home? What kind of products can I actually take care of? Sorry, some feedback going on. What can I do myself? What can I avoid going to a dermatologist for, a beautician for? So I think this next session will really highlight that. And I'd like to welcome my next panelist to the stage while I introduce to you an amazing moderator, Jenna Blaha, who is the tech and fashion editor from Marie Claire. Talk about beauty tech, right? Jen is the founding editor of technology coverage for Marie Claire magazine, where she now oversees the content for both the print and digital platforms. One of her many achievements includes being one of the first in the fashion industry to bring tech to the pages of the publication and to connect the dots between these worlds.
Can you hear me okay? Oh, yes, you can. All right, come on up. I'm just going to get started by saying that I'm so excited to be here talking about beauty and tech. It's a huge passion area for me, and there's so much innovation happening in this space. Last year, we were in a smaller room, and this year we're here, which is just a testament to there's a real need to be looking at this space, and people are interested. So with innovation, it used to be not too long ago that it meant a new cream, a new serum, pretty much a new step in our routine. Now technology is affecting the way that products are made, how they're distributed, and who has access to them. So I'm very excited to share the stage with these two who are leaders in this space and who have really taken complex, exclusive technology and made it available to the masses. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Juliette of ELANCYL Laboratories, and we have Fran from HairMax. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd like to start by just turning the mic over to you to tell us a little bit about your brand that you're here with and what you're up to.
Okay, yes. Can everybody hear me? Okay, so my name is Fran, and I'm with a company called HairMax. And what we are the pioneers in low-level laser technology for hair growth. So we have taken the technology that was known and established in hair restoration centers and through doctors, where you would go spend thousands of dollars under a laser hood to have a treatment. These treatments were not really practical for people. They were very high cost, and they took up a lot of time because this type of technology needs to be used consistently. So most people could not afford to have that type of treatment and didn't have the time or the money to continue the treatment. So our founder took that technology and put it into a home use laser device so that people could treat their hair loss at home very affordably, very effectively, and very comfortably.
Can everybody hear okay? Yeah? A little bit? Okay, so we'll try to project a little more. All right, Juliette, go ahead.
So I am with ELANCYL Laboratoire. We come from France. We're also a pioneer. We're a pioneer in the slim care cosmetic industry. And today we are at CES because we created the first connected device to get rid of cellulite and help women get control of their own beauty. So this is our slim massage coach. It's something we have in the brand. We have a massage tool in our brand forever. It was founded in 1971, and we know that massage is really the effective tool on cellulite. And today we have created this smart device that combines the efficiency of mechanical massage and the data personalization and integrated coaching. So we're very happy and excited to be here because it is a true new step in empowering women with their own beauty.
Well, I'm so curious to not only hear about your brands, but hear about your background as well, because there are so many new players, and the more I talk to people, the more I realize that everybody is coming from all different places. You don't have to have a digital background, a beauty background, a science background. It's really the mix of everything and everybody coming from different places. So Fran, what were you doing before?
So before I came to HairMax, am I on? Hello?
Can you hear?
Before I came to HairMax, I was actually working with a distributor of beauty products. And what they were distributing were microdermabrasion machines, skincare, permanent makeup. And they also worked with HairMax as a distributor. So I became familiar with the brand. And I was always very interested in the beauty industry and anti-aging. And so that made my way and cleared my path to work with HairMax directly. I came on as a web developer and web designer, and I worked exclusively with the website and the online. And then that just brought me to the marketing department and as director of marketing. So I get to have my hands on a lot of different aspects of the company. I enjoy it very much. We're always innovating, we're always moving ahead, we're always looking for new things. And we're always looking to get the word out to the people, to men and women, that there is something they can use to treat their hair loss. And that I get a lot of pleasure out of helping people and improving their lives.
Juliette?
Well, I am a business student that started with marketing and communication. I worked in advertising agencies for 10 years. And then I joined Laboratoire Pierre Fabre, the Pierre Fabre group that owns ELANCYL other brands, as well as other brands that you may know, like Aven and Chloran, and also medication and drugs. So it's really a pharma and dermocosmetic company. And I started digital perhaps 7 or 8 years ago because it is the future of marketing. So here we are.
We all have to think about this today, no matter what field you're in, it's digital. So let's start by talking about the landscape of beauty tech today. I think a good way to do that is to just identify a few of the areas of the beauty industry that technology has just transformed over the last couple of years. Fran, what have you seen as some of the big changes?
Well, what we've seen is hair loss was always looked at more as a medical problem, and you would go to a dermatologist, or you would go to a hair loss clinic or hair restoration. But we see it as more than that. We're looking at hair loss as aging, and we want to help people with anti-aging products. So thinning hair, lifeless hair, weak hair is a sure sign of getting older. The people will take a lot of steps into improving the look of their skin, lasers for wrinkle removal for their bodies. But what they didn't realize is they could look great, but when your hair is getting very, very thin and losing vitality and using that youthful look, that there's something that you can do to bring that hair back and give your hair its life back. So we've seen for our company the evolution, not turning back from hair loss industry, because we're certainly a big, big part of that and a big player with that. But we also want to bring it into just the mainstream beauty and anti-aging.
It's so powerful to think that everybody can do something about it instead of just the select few. So.
And sometimes people, because they don't know that and they think there's going to be a lot of work involved in that, they'd rather not deal with it. This is something they can do that is very quick and so easy to do and so effective. There's really no reason not to treat your hair as well as you treat your skin and the other parts of your body.
And in the privacy of your own home, which is great. Juliette, what are some of the changes you've seen?
Well, perhaps the first main change is that as an industry, we need to keep our core expertise. Our core expertise is really delivering high-end quality products with active ingredients, with great formulas. But today that's not enough. And we really need also to deliver service and really relevant consumer experience. And that's a big, big shift for an industry like ours. The second big change today is what you're saying. It's really empowering women ELANCYL, we're more a women brand, but also men, and really caring for their own beauty. And today, they are the main actors, and we have to give them products, services, devices that can really help them achieve their own goal and perhaps the beauty that they want to achieve.
I always love talking about technology as this huge democratizing, entity that can change the way that we think and access information and also treat ourselves. But I think that with a lot of beauty industries, because it is a very old industry, a lot of beauty brands see technology as an opposition and as an obstacle really instead of an opportunity. Would you say that in your line of work you've seen more brands view it one way or the other?
No, I don't think that beauty industry is not prone to technology. What I think is that it's always easier for a smaller actor to change and to shift the mindset and the way that businesses run and that products are developed and brought to market. We're a well-established brand, and sometimes there is this really change management to make, because you're starting with something that has new components, you need new partners, you need new processes. You have people who actually sponsor that change, but you also have a lot of people who are a bit afraid of it. So
both. Fran, what have you seen?
And I think that a lot of people do believe, and especially look at where we are. We're in the fitness and sports, and I think their industry has been so much transformed by technology. But if we want to push the beauty innovation one step further, we can't do it without technology. This is where the true innovation is going to come tomorrow.
At CES. Fran, what are your thoughts?
Okay, well, we've come a long way in that field, in that democratizing our devices. When we originally got our FDA clearance was for men only. So we could only market to men, and that was in 2007. We did additional studies, and we went back, and we, in 2011, got FDA clearance for women. So therefore, we completely restructured our whole marketing, because now we could reach out to men and women. We've also realized that there are different price points that people are comfortable with. So when we came out with our first devices, we had one device at one price, and that was what the offerings were. Now we have come out with, we have a full line of laser devices. They start from $199 to $799. Depending on the speed of the treatment and the usage time. So we want to put devices out there that everybody can afford, and put it into the hands of as many people as possible. So, we've grown from a man's device, one product, to males, females, different ages. Our market is very wide, from young men in their 20s that are starting to lose their hair, to older women in menopause that are starting to lose their hair. So we want to put out products that are going to be accessible to everyone.
You've really come a long way, even from last year, I feel like. We had the opportunity to be on stage together last year. Can you catch me up a little bit, and everybody else? What were you doing last year and what you're doing this year at CES?
Okay, so last year, I'll show you, we launched our very first hands-free laser device. So prior to this, we had handheld lasers that you would have to comb over your head. Those are very effective and great to use, and people love them. But what we were getting feedback was, do you have anything that I don't have to comb over my head? So that's where this device was born. This was a LaserBand 82. And like I said, we launched it last year at CES. We had a really great response to this. This device, the treatment time is as little as 90 seconds up to 10 minutes. So depending on how much time you have that day, use it every other day. So how do we improve upon this? Well, one thing that we heard back was it didn't really fit everybody's head size very comfortably. So we had to address that. The way we addressed it with this device is we made the teeth removable. And so if the teeth that comes with the device, it doesn't fit you comfortably, we can send you shorter teeth or longer teeth. And that solved that issue that we were having. So we've improved on this device, but we even went one step further in that we came out with a new device. So this is our brand new launch this year, and it's a LaserBand 41. It has 41 lasers. It's very, very, very lightweight. It's only 6 ounces. So like I said before, consistency with this treatment is very important. You do have to use it every other day. So if you go on a 1-week vacation or a 2-week vacation, you're not going to be wanting to take something very large with you. This solves the problem. You stick it in your luggage, stick it in your handbag, take it with you, use it anytime, during your trip, and keep up with your treatments. Has 41 lasers. I'll turn it on for you. And we've also made it much, much more flexible. So what we're calling this is our FlexFit laser, and it really adjusts. So now you're really going to get an even more comfortable treatment. We've also made the teeth on the device very soft. They're soft touch teeth, so they don't scratch your head or pull on your hair. One thing I would like to bring out about our devices, since we're talking about the teeth, is these teeth are very, very important to the treatment. What they do is they part your hair, and they allow for the optimal amount of laser light to get to your hair follicles. So if the device did not have teeth, watch what happens. So my hair would block most of that laser energy to getting to the follicle, and I wouldn't be getting a very effective treatment. With it, and I don't want to do it because I'm going to ruin my hair, but it's going to part your hair, and that way, as you move it through and over your scalp, you're going to get the best treatment available with the teeth, with the lasers, and with the intensity and the density of the lasers.
Isn't it amazing how quickly we can innovate now too? Hear feedback and innovate. It used to take a long time to get that research back and change anything from the teeth to the fit. So I want to talk about that a little bit more. But Juliette, I'm also really interested to hear on how innovation comes into play in what you do.
Well, before we would have a massage tool, we would have cosmetics. We would clinically test the products. We know that they work because we do our job sorrowfully. But here, when you're in the comfort of your home and your intimacy, well, you don't really know if you're doing the right gesture. You don't really know if you're doing things well. So this little thing here, when you start pressing, of course, it's never working when it should. I love prototypes. So when you press it, you have a green light that goes on. I think I've done it so much this morning that it's not working anymore. Well, you have a green light that goes on, and then the woman knows that she's doing the right gesture, and she puts the right pressure on it. And that's what's magic. So she gets really instant guidance. And what's magic with IoT and with all this technology that we're bringing is that this link to the woman, to our consumer, we're creating it and we're feeding it on a day-to-day basis. She's going to get the information of her massage after she has used it, and because of course, connected device says that we're working on the mobile application that will be linked to the device. So she will upload an application. She will have motivation, coaching, and a direct link to the brand. And that leads us to the third. And of course, all this was bring her efficiency, because when you use a product every day, when you have more motivation to actually take care of yourself, well, you have better results. This is what in health we call it observance. Well, it's totally true with slimming products. And the last thing, and that's a big change also for us as an industry, is that therefore we're going to have on the spot and much more thorough insights and information on how our consumers use our product, what they think about it, the flaws or the improvements that we can bring. And you were very, very, very clear in telling how you have improved your products because of your consumer feedbacks. But before, when we wanted consumer feedback, well, we would do a focus group. We would have 10 people in a room and we would get 10 people's opinion. now, if we have 3,000 people buying the product and interacting with us, we're going to have much more and much more sorrowful insight on how we can improve our product, how we can make it better fit their needs, and that's really great. It's very challenging as a marketing person because even if we do B2C, we rarely have our consumer just in front of us. But with digital, this everyday confrontation is possible.
Mode all the time. Well, now that we have a little bit more information on what you do, I want to talk about how you do what you do, because there are so many unique challenges to beauty tech and just like the future of beauty. And I think one that comes to mind immediately that I think everybody in this space experiences is that concern of safety. You're taking technology and treatments that used to be done only by professionals who were trained and telling consumers, you can do this at home without supervision. How do you ensure that what you're doing is safe, and how do you communicate that message?
Well, first of all, when we designed this kind of device, we work with professionals. We worked with a physiotherapist to see really how the device would really copy the hand of the physiotherapist if the movement was right, and then we clinically tested it to see if we had the appropriate results. And of course, since we come from a pharma company, we have all the high-end requirements in terms of development, in terms of safety, in terms of clinical studies. It impacts a lot our work and the way that we proceed. So.
Fran?
Okay, well, safety is very important to us, and most people, or a lot of people, when they hear lasers, that's a question we get a lot. Is it safe? Is it safe? So what we've gone over leaps and bounds to prove that our device is not only effective, but also extremely safe. We've had 7 clinical studies done on our laser devices. They were done in top medical research centers across the country, the Cleveland Clinic, the University of Miami, University of Minnesota. Our clinics were done by some of the top physicians in the field of dermatology, Dr. Wilma Bergfeld, and other top names in dermatology that conducted the studies. The studies were very widespread. We had 460 men and women, and our studies conclusively proved that our laser devices are both very safe and very effective. We have an over 93% success rate, the average increase in hair count of 129 additional new hairs per square inch. With the completion of our clinical studies, we were able to submit the study results to the FDA for our 510K submission, and which is how we obtained our FDA clearance. So between the clinical studies and the FDA clearance, and our doctors and our physicians who highly recommend our products, who offer our products to their patients, we can say that you can be sure that you're getting a very safe treatment.
Curious, you said before that you had to go for a clearance for men's first and then women's. Why was that?
Because the FDA will clear it separately. So in the very first study was men only, and it was cleared for men, and then we did a follow-up study a few years later for the females and had that done.
So fascinating how the behind the scenes work. Let's talk about marketing for a little bit, because marketing and the way that we interact with consumers is so different. Again, without a middleman that used to be that professional or that specialist who would relay the messages and who were really your marketers in a way. Now the pressure is on you to get that message across. How are you interacting with the consumer? Is it just through feedback, and how is the feedback coming in? How do you reach the people that you want to reach?
Well, I would say the easiest way to reach the consumer is through social media. So especially for our younger customers, that's the way they like to interact with us. We're on there all the time, and we're communicating back and forth, and we do take their user feedback, like we said, and put it into developing new products. The message is very different for men and women. For men, the younger guys are going to start to not wanting to look like their dads, or looking like they're older than they really are. So we're going to target that message to them differently than we would target, let's say, to a 50-year-old woman. So depending, we advertise in very diverse fields of advertising. We do radio, we have TV commercial, we do women's magazines, we do men's magazines, we do newspapers. We find that our older clients and our older customers are still reading the paper. So we're going to go after them in that way, or reach out to them in that way. Our younger customers we're going to reach them online, or we might reach them on the radio. So we do target the message differently depending on where our advertising is going.
And in terms of social media, are you seeing more interaction on Facebook right now? Are you on Instagram or Twitter?
Yes, we do. We see a lot of traffic on Facebook. As a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago, we had our first viral video that went out. We had 8.4 million views in about 24 hours or something like that. So it was phenomenal.
Amazing. Congratulations. That's
Thank
always
you,
fun
thank you.
when you get that video.
That was our Christmas present.
Amazing. Juliette, where are you seeing people interact?
Well, with such a device, we're clearly also renewing a bit of our market for ELANCYL. The average ELANCYL woman is more around 40. Clearly, with a device like this, we're more targeting millennials. So we still have a classic, I would say, distribution in pharmacies and premium drugstores. So this is really the way that our customers are going to get in touch with the product. But especially on this millennial target, we know that digital is really going to be a key. We do TV advertising, we do press advertising, we do a lot of PR because be there a paper or digital PR, we know that our new prescriptor is still journalists, and you're really, really important to us. And also all the new bloggers and all new PR. On this object, we're starting to work on a blogger collaboration. So it's really interesting also because it's new ways to have our product and our product info delivered to our customers. And we're even, for a company like us that is very brick and mortar, we're not a very digital company in terms of sales. We're actually looking at online sales, so this will be a big step.
A whole new world for you to explore. It's fun. It comes with challenges, but it really is fun. Well, I think that we can't talk about marketing without thinking about pricing, which is also a unique challenge because, again, we're trying to offer high-end quality products, but make it accessible, which means affordable to the masses. Can you remind me again what the price is and how did you settle on that?
It's a tough question. Price is really a tough question because we're into new devices, new products, and we don't really have that much of a market to benchmark. Our price will be 80 euros. We're doing a market test in France to see after that in 2018 because slimming is a very seasonal issue. So we're going to launch in May at a sale price of 80. We also have a standard non-connected version, which will be 40. In the type of distribution that we have, it's hard to go above 100. And the technology that's in there is perhaps not as sharp as your technology, which is laser and perhaps much more costly. So we tested that, and we're going to see if the pricing is right and test and learn.
All trial and error, right?
Okay, so our products, we have several laser device models available. They start at $199. That's our Prima 7 laser comb, and that device is available at mass retailers like Ulta and Sephora online. And then we have the Ultima 12 laser comb. That one is $399. Then we have our new Laser Band 41 is now at $545. And our Laser Band 82 is $799. Okay, and we also have, in addition to our laser products, we've also developed a full line of thinning hair care wet line products. So we realized that even though you're going to get the clinical results from the laser light treatments, that a lot of people don't really know how to take care of thinning hair. And you do have to be gentle, and you do have to be careful with fragile hair. You don't want to break or do damage to the hair you still have. So we have sulfate-free, paraben-free, very gentle shampoo. We have lightweight conditioner. We have a great scalp exfoliator called the Revitalizer, and that's going to exfoliate your scalp, same way you're going to exfoliate your skin, get rid of all that built-up debris and oils that build up on your skin. The Revitalizer is really going to clear your scalp of any kind of buildup and allow that laser light to really penetrate to the follicle. We have dietary supplements, and we have an activator, which is a leave-in serum spray, and it's like our natural answer to Rogaine. So it's something that you can use to help stimulate the hair follicles, and when used as a complete system, people are going to see really, really good hair growth results and have beautiful, healthy hair.
So your answer is to have a lot of different products for a lot of different people and a lot of different problems.
We're all about hair care, thinning hair and hair loss, and growing back that hair.
Got it. So once you actually do have the products in consumers' hands, I'm thinking about this with New Year's and resolutions. So for me, it's really hard sometimes to stick to something where I don't have that professional who's checking in on me. So how do you motivate users to continue to use the treatment so that they can see the results that you've told them about?
Okay, well, one thing I can say is, if you're losing your hair, you get motivated really fast. But yes, there is what the motivation is for is to use the products consistently and as directed. So we will get people who might come back and say, I'm not really thin. Well, how often are you using it? Oh, every once in a while. Well, that's not the way to use it. So we do put out the message. You do have to be consistent with the treatment. You do have to use it every other day. You do need to use it for the time that we recommend per laser. So whatever it is, if it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 15. And if you do use it consistently, you will see that hair growth results. We put it in all our marketing materials. We put it on our website. We remind them on social media to keep up with their treatments. And we are also working on the beginning stages of putting together an app. And that app will be something that people can download, and it will remind them, did you do this today? Did you, kind of like the new Apple Watch that tells you to get up and walk. So get up and, don't forget to use your laser today. And hopefully that will help keep people motivated and showing them photos of what their progress should look like along the way. That also helps keep people motivated to keep using it correctly.
You have to gamify it, I feel like, today. We all need to be entertained, even if the motivation is built in. We need that extra reminder. Juliette, how do you deal with this?
The heart of the Slim Coach, of the Slim Massage Coach project is the coaching. So coaching goes along with an application, and it goes with a global ecosystem in the ELANCYL brand. Along with the connected device, but also for any woman who wants to download it. We're developing a mobile application that will be really your silhouette's best friend, because it will, first of all, motivate you with, I think, smart coaching really goes today with nice messages, with a bit of fun, with a bit of gaming, with a bit of humor. I think it's really important because hey, we're not saving the world. We're not curing. We're really trying to help women to get control of their beauty and to really have the body that they want to have. So it's important to perhaps have this little humor touch, and that's perhaps also because we're French. So this will be the motivation with little messages. Have you used this today? Evaluating the massage if she's done it. Well, Juliette, you're a chief. You did it well, but now we need to see you tomorrow. Or Juliette, you did well, but perhaps do it a little longer and it will be even more effective. And then she will also get sports and nutrition and more general lifestyle content, really targeted every day when she's chosen to have them, and on the type of cure, of treatment that she will have chosen also at the beginning when she sets up the application. So this is really the idea. And then, I mean, all of you know about that. It's about marketing, about CRM, sending her messages along the way, to have her restart a cure, to have her try a new product, to have, because as well we have a lot of other products in the Elancyl range around slimming, about firming, about anti-stretch mark. If we know that she's had a baby, we can push her really a targeted message. So there's a lot of things that we can do. And the ecosystem of Elancyl is really going to be rich.
I have to ask you a question because I get asked this all the time, and it's especially true in in-home beauty tech. It's always, when is technology and computers going to replace humans, right? And I don't think we need to have such a dramatic conversation about it here, but there is a change that's happening by changing the way that professionals act and the things that they do and the things that we can do at home. How do you draw the line between, okay, this is what we can do and this is what you should go see a professional doing? How do you see the two worlds working together?
Well, I think the two worlds, there's really space for everybody, especially here when we talk about cellulite. It's really going to depend on, first, the type of consumer that we have. Can she afford to go to a physiotherapist every week? And it's very, or not. It can be a very good complement of what she's doing. She goes to see a physiotherapist every once in a while, and she does this every day at home. It's not a question of competition, and I think if we really work well and work with professionals, then the service that we offer her and the coaching and the results that she's going to get in the end are really going to be very satisfying, and I don't really see an issue with that.
That's great. Fran, how do you see it?
Well, for us, our devices are FDA cleared as medical devices. So these are not purely cosmetic. These are actually regrowing hair. So we do get a lot of questions about how to use, and we do have a medical advisor on board in our office. So when we do field a lot of medical questions, we do have somebody there that can answer them. We also have a 30-member medical advisory board at our disposal and also available to answer questions. So where we draw the line is our FDA clearance is for androgenetic alopecia. Androgenetic alopecia is hereditary hair loss. That accounts for 90% of the hair loss that people are suffering from. So there are other extenuating situations to hair loss. People can have problems with their thyroids. People can have underlying medical conditions. People can have other problems that's contributing to their hair loss. So when we field those questions, if they're on medications or have thyroid issues, then we do recommend that they go see a doctor, because these devices alone will not fix their medical problem, but only help with their hereditary hair loss. So we'll help to improve the condition of their hair, but we do kind of refer them over and pass them on and say, have a doctor take a look, and maybe there's something else you need to be doing to help correct the problem, in addition to using HairMax.
Great. So working together and not worrying about it replacing. That's a great optimistic message. And I think that we are actually out of time, but there's a lot more to talk about. So we'll stay somewhere over here. If you have any questions, come see us. And thanks again for joining us.
Ladies, thank you.
Okay.